We were discussing the do it techniques. Next is projects. This is where the trainees work together to accomplish a task set by the trainer. It can be a train the trainer class where the team can present their project to the class and get feedback from members of the class. This project we are working on in our OSHI Adult Learners class is a perfect example, but being done on an individual basis in lieu of a team. Advantages are it supports trainee team building, and train the trainer is the biggest advantage as it leads to more learning and better retention of the material. The disadvantages is that some members will not have as much responsibility as others, and it is very time-consuming process. The trainer will not want to overload with too much structure and allow the trainees to set goals and plan the project themselves. The trainer should provide a worksheet with very specific information to be used. Hands-on training is where the individual and groups use tools and equipment that are used on the job. They practice tasks that are simulated, progressing to actual tasks as trainees work. The advantages is that it is the best way for trainees to gain physical competence, and this is a high retention percentage on what is learned. The disadvantage is that it requires space and equipment and can be quite costly. It is also time consuming as well. Using this method, you should keep the trainer to trainee ratio low, and it should be as realistic as possible. It is good to use a checklist to document competency. The next method is exercises. Exercises are hands-on practice with a script. A setting is provided where the trainees use several skills developed through hands-on practice or group workshops. The advantages are that it provides a natural progression toward the trainee's actual job. Prerequisite skills are needed to be able to do the exercises. The disadvantage is that it is very time-consuming and requires equipment, space, and enough trainers. The good guidelines to use is need to correct equipment and place at the right time. Also, make a setup list with each exercise and allow plenty of time for setup. Also, you will want to schedule a feedback session. The next method is simulations. Simulations are exercised when the script includes all the problems that could occur together for a given job. A good example could be after a week-long exercise class for a hazmat technician course, set up a simulation of a truck wreck of leaking chemicals, and then the class forms its own incident management structure and solves the problem. The advantage is that the trainee makes all the decision and performs all the necessary tasks. Simulations are time-consuming and will need equipment, space, and enough trainers. The guidelines are that it requires a great deal of preparation by the trainer. Trainer needs experience setting up a simulation as well, and then you will need to engage the help of evaluators and controllers.